Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it comes your way next.
The stage is finally set, and here we go. Super Bowl 57 is underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Hurts. Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Here now Roberts. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
On the move past the 40, down the left sideline. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, it's Foreman. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Here's Foreman. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. A 3rd down. So that'll be enough. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Deontay Foreman, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was finished off by Deontay Foreman on the touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 7-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, the sneak, it's Hurts. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there. But they do convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary. They can find a way to it and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, 75 yards. And the Panthers had taken the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, trying to tie this football game. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And pass past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 97 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They go play action with Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Up the middle they go with Sanders.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
On third down, they turn to Sanders.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with fourth down, forthcoming.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo sack.
On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
They only got it. All that they needed as they convert on fourth. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
On first and 10, it's Hurts.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Corner blitz that time by J.C. Horn, and he got home and dropped him.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did hit.
That looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Another try after the first down sack.
Hurts. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
It's Shaq. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. Seconds to go before halftime.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
They take a shot. Lines up, falling incomplete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Here's Darnold.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get the momentum going again.
And he'll be... Before they work it across midfield. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. On first down, Darnold. Going for the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. So we've come upon one of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Glenn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Another run here with Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And some room to run now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Third quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now Foreman. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make...
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Panthers will extend their third quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. He's got it at the 10.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. You see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage. Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Running right, here's Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just 1 more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 2nd and 13. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to face a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs and team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run again with Foreman. And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for extra excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will be from 49. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. And Darnold wants to throw the football. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul not only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big play.
He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's good for 28 yards.
I think you have to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Darnold now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Laviska Shenault there to make the grab. And the Panthers are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Give him 5. Second down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
They'll go again with Sanders. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
100. It's on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And maybe a measure of revenge. Playing this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. That's it. It's all